Welcome to Los Angeles. In today's video, we are visiting the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, also known as LACMA. It is the largest art museum in the western United States and holds over 150,000 pieces of art from all around the world. From ancient history to modern creativity, LACMA is a journey through time and culture. Stay with me as we explore its famous artworks, architecture, outdoor installations, and everything you need to know before you visit. The Los Angeles County Museum of Art, known as LACMA, officially opened its doors in 1965. But its story began much earlier. Before becoming an independent art museum, it was part of a larger institution called the Los Angeles Museum of History, Science, and Art, located in Exposition Park. That original museum, founded in 19, was designed to represent all branches of knowledge, art, science, and history under one roof. By the mid-20th century, Los Angeles was growing rapidly, both in population and cultural ambition. The city's leaders and art supporters believed that fine art deserved its own dedicated home, separate from science and history. In 1961, after years of planning and discussions, the Los Angeles County Museum of Art was formally established as its own institution. 4 years later, in 1965, the new museum complex was completed and opened to the public on Wilshire Boulevard, right in the heart of what would later become known as the Miracle Mile. The original LACMA campus consisted of 3 modernist buildings designed by architect William Pereira. These were the Amundsen Building, the Hammer Building, and the Bing Center. They were set around a central reflecting pool and connected by open plazas, a design that reflected the optimistic spirit of 1960s Los Angeles, bold and open to the world. At the time of its opening, LACMA was one of the most expensive museum projects in the United States. Costing around $11.5 million, it was funded through a combination of county support and generous private donations, including significant contributions from philanthropists such as Howard F. Amundsen Sr., who played a major role in financing the museum's construction. In its early years, LACMA focused heavily on collecting European and American art, but it quickly expanded to include works from Asia, Latin America, the Middle East, and Africa. This broad scope reflected Los Angeles's diverse population and growing international connections. By the 1970s and 1980s, LACMA had established itself as a leading art institution on the West Coast, attracting world-class exhibitions and growing its permanent collection. In 1986, the museum added the Robert O. Anderson Building, designed by Hardy Holzman Pfeiffer Associates, which expanded its modern and contemporary art galleries. In 2008, LACMA underwent a major transformation with the addition of the Broad Contemporary Art Museum, designed by Italian architect Renzo Piano. This striking red and white structure marked the start of a new era, emphasizing contemporary art and large-scale installations. Piano also designed the Resnick Pavilion, which opened in 2010 and became one of the largest naturally lit open-plan gallery spaces in the world. His architectural vision emphasized light, openness, and connection between the museum and the surrounding CAPE. In the 2010s, LACMA continued to push boundaries with its outdoor installations, such as Chris Burden's Urban Light and Michael Heiser's Levitated Mass, both of which became cultural landmarks of Los Angeles. These works symbolize the museum's mission to make art accessible and engaging to the public. Today, LACMA is in the midst of another major transformation. A new building, known as the David Geffen Galleries, is under construction, designed by Swiss architect Peter Zumthor. His vision reimagines the museum as a single flowing structure made of concrete and glass, stretching across Wilshire Boulevard. This new design aims to unify all of LACMA's art collections under one roof while blending with the natural environment around it. From its humble beginnings as part of a combined museum and exposition park to its current status as the largest art museum in the western United States, LACMA's history reflects the growth of Los Angeles itself, from a regional city to a global cultural powerhouse. It stands today not only as a home for art, but as a symbol of creativity, innovation, and the ever-changing identity of Southern California. The architecture of the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, or LACMA, is a fascinating story of evolution. Instead of being a single building, LACMA is a campus, a collection of separate structures built over different decades, each reflecting the design, trends, and cultural ambitions of its time. Together, they create a space where art, architecture, landscape, and the Los Angeles lifestyle meet. The original LACMA campus, which opened in 1965, consisted of 3 main buildings: the Amundsen Building, the Hammer Building, and the Bing Center. All 3 were designed by American architect William Pereira, known for his futuristic and modernist style. These buildings surrounded a large reflecting pool, giving the museum a calm, elegant atmosphere. The design embraced the warm California climate, using open walkways, plazas, and glass windows that allowed natural light to enter. At this time, the museum's layout symbolized a dream of Los Angeles becoming a world-class cultural city. However, The reflecting pool caused structural issues, including leaks and damage, so it was removed in the 1970s. Trees and open courtyards were added in its place. Over time, LACMA kept evolving as new buildings and galleries were added to house its expanding art collections. In 1986, the Robert O. Anderson Building, later renamed the Art of the Americas Building, was completed. This structure expanded the museum's space for Latin American and North American art. It was connected to the original buildings and helped create a more unified campus. The biggest transformation began in the early 2000s when philanthropist Eli Broad funded a major expansion. He supported the creation of the Broad Contemporary Art Museum, known as BCA, which opened in 2008, designed by Italian architect Renzo Piano. BCAM is a large, modern structure covered in red accents and open glass windows. It focuses on contemporary art from the 20th and 21st centuries and includes works by artists like Andy Warhol, Jeff Koons, and Jean-Michel Basquiat. The building features wide staircases, high ceilings, and gallery spaces filled with natural light from skylights above. 2 years later, in 2010, Renzo Piano designed another building called the Resnick Pavilion. This is a one-story open-plan structure that is the largest purpose-built, naturally lit, open-plan museum space in the world. It is mainly used for temporary exhibitions and large installations. The building's simple rectangular shape, large glass walls, and concrete exterior make it both minimalist and powerful in appearance. The campus also includes outdoor areas that play a major role in LACMA's identity. These areas feature palm trees, green lawns, walking paths, and famous outdoor artworks like Chris Burden's Urban Light, which sits at the Wilshire Boulevard entrance and acts as LACMA's unofficial symbol. Another outdoor highlight is Levitated Mass, a giant granite boulder suspended over a long pedestrian walkway, designed by artist Michael Heiser. These open-air artworks make LACMA feel less like a closed museum and more like an outdoor cultural park. The museum is now undergoing another major architectural change. The older buildings, including the original Amundsen, Hammer, and Bing Center, are being replaced by a new structure called the David Geffen Galleries. This new design is created by Swiss architect Peter Zumthor. His vision is very different from the older rectangular buildings. Instead, he designed a single, organic-looking building that appears to float above the ground on concrete pillars. The building will stretch across Wilshire Boulevard, connecting both sides of the street, and will be made of concrete, glass, and sand-colored materials that match the tones of the surrounding tar pits landscape. The interior will have curved galleries without a fixed order, allowing visitors to explore art freely without a strict timeline or path. This reflects LACMA's belief that art from all cultures and time periods should be viewed equally. Today, LACMA's layout includes a mix of old and new mid-century architecture, modern structures by Renzo Piano, and futuristic designs by Peter Zumthor. It is surrounded by the Labrie tar pits, a park, cafes, and public spaces. Together, they create a unique environment where people not only see art, but also relax, take photos, walk outdoors, and experience Los Angeles culture. One of the most recognizable and beloved features of the Los Angeles County Museum of Art is the outdoor sculpture called Urban Light. Created by American artist Chris Burden in 2008, it has become an unofficial symbol of both LACMA and the city of Los Angeles. It is not just an artwork. It is a landmark, a meeting spot, a photography destination, and a cultural icon seen in movies, music videos, advertisements, and countless Instagram photos. Urban Light is made up of 200 vintage Castor and Street lamps that once stood in various locations around Southern California. These street lamps were originally used in the 1920s and 1930s to light the streets of cities like Los Angeles, Santa Monica, and Glendale. Chris Burden began collecting these lamps in 2000 after he found one at a Pasadena flea market. He was fascinated by their elegant shapes, detailed patterns, and historical value. Over time, he collected more than 150 lamps from auctions, restoration yards, and salvage shops. Many of the lamps were damaged, rusted, or missing parts. Burden and his team carefully restored each lamp to its original condition, repainting them in a uniform silver-gray color and rewiring them for electricity. The lamps were arranged in a grid pattern with precise symmetry and spacing. They are placed at different heights depending on their original designs, but together they form a perfect visual rhythm. The sculpture is located right at the entrance of LACMA on Wilshire Boulevard, making it the first thing visitors see when they arrive. At night, all 202 lamps are illuminated using energy-efficient LED bulbs, creating a warm, glowing light that contrasts beautifully against the dark sky. During the day, the silver color of the lamps reflects the California sunlight, giving them a bright and clean appearance. Chris Burden described Urban Light as a symbol of Los Angeles' past and present. The lamps represent a time when the city was growing and modernizing, installing electricity and infrastructure. At the same time, bringing them together in one place transforms them into something new and artwork that belongs to everyone. The sculpture also represents safety, community, and public space, themes that Burden believed were important to modern cities. Urban light quickly became one of the most photographed places in Los Angeles. Couples take wedding photos here, tourists pose between the lamps. Filmmakers use it as a romantic backdrop, and social media users share images from every angle. It has appeared in movies like No Strings Attached, music videos from artists like Ciara and the Chainsmokers, and even fashion campaigns. It is free to visit at any time of the day or night, which makes it even more accessible and popular. Even though it is a static sculpture, urban light feels alive because of the constant flow of people interacting with it. Children run between the lampposts, photographers experiment with perspective, and visitors often stand in the center to feel surrounded by light. At night, it feels peaceful and magical, while during the day it feels timeless and elegant. Urban light is more than a piece of art. It has become a public gathering place, a symbol of creativity, and one of the most iconic images representing Los Angeles. For many visitors, taking a photo here is a must-do experience, almost like visiting the Hollywood sign or the Santa Monica Pier. Inside the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, visitors are greeted with a vast and diverse collection that spans thousands of years and nearly every corner of the globe. LACMA is home to more than 150,000 works of art, including paintings, sculptures, decorative arts, textiles, photography, and modern installations. While it is impossible to see everything in a single visit, there are several standout pieces and galleries that every visitor should experience. One of the museum's most famous works is Metropolis 2, a kinetic sculpture created by Burden. This artwork is a large-scale representation of a futuristic city with moving highways in miniature, cars racing along tracks at high speeds. The piece is designed to simulate the energy and chaos of urban life. Visitors are fascinated not only by the visual spectacle but also by the sound of hundreds of tiny cars moving simultaneously. Metropolis 2 captures both the scale and pace of modern cities, reflecting LACMA's commitment to contemporary art that engages viewers in unexpected ways. Another iconic installation is Levitated Mass by Michael Heiser. This monumental sculpture consists of a 340-ton granite boulder suspended over a long concrete trench. Visitors can walk underneath the rock, experiencing an extraordinary mix of scale, weight, and balance. The piece required a highly complex engineering process to transport and install the massive stone, making the sculpture itself a marvel of modern construction. It has become one of the museum's most photographed attractions and exemplifies LACMA's dedication to monumental, immersive, contemporary works. For those interested in traditional fine art, LACMA houses masterpieces from some of the world's most renowned artists. Pablo Picasso's Weeping Woman with a Handkerchief is a vivid example of his Cubist period, filled with angular lines, bright colors, and raw emotion. Francisco Goya's portraits, including works of European nobility, showcase incredible technical skill and insight into historical personalities. LACMA also has a strong collection of European Old Masters, with paintings and sculptures from the Renaissance, Baroque, and Neoclassical periods, offering visitors a glimpse into centuries of artistic tradition. The museum's Islamic art collection is another highlight, featuring exquisite examples of calligraphy, ceramics, textiles, metalwork, and architectural fragments. These works demonstrate the rich artistic traditions of the Middle East, North Africa, and Central Asia, spanning more than 1,000 years. Each piece reflects the combination of functionality, spirituality, and aesthetic beauty that defines Islamic art. Similarly, the ancient Egyptian and Greek galleries contain statues, sarcophagi, jewelry, and everyday objects, giving visitors insight into ancient cultures and their artistic achievements. LACMA also emphasizes art from Asia, Africa, and the Americas. The Asian art collection includes Chinese scroll paintings, Japanese woodblock prints, and Indian sculptures. African art is represented by masks, ceremonial objects, and textiles, many of which have influenced modern and contemporary artists. The Art of the Americas galleries highlight works from pre-Columbian civilizations, colonial Latin America, and early modern North America, illustrating the diversity and depth of the continent's artistic heritage. Photography enthusiasts will enjoy LACMA's extensive photography collection, which spans from the earliest daguerreotypes to contemporary digital photography. The collection includes works by Ansel Adams, Diane Arbus, and Cindy Sherman, highlighting both technical innovation and creative vision. Finally, LACMA is known for embracing experimental and large-scale contemporary works. Beyond Metropolis 2 and Levitated Mass, the museum frequently features immersive installations, multimedia art, and interactive exhibits that challenge traditional notions of how art can be experienced. These works invite visitors not just to look at art but to interact, reflect, and even become part of it. Whether you are drawn to classical paintings, monumental sculptures, or innovative contemporary art, LACMA offers something for every visitor. The museum's collection is not only a record of human creativity but also an invitation to explore culture, history, and imagination in one of the most dynamic cities in the world. In addition to its permanent collection, LACMA is renowned for its rotating special exhibitions, which bring fresh perspectives, rare works, and innovative concepts to visitors throughout the year. These exhibitions reflect LACMA's commitment to presenting not only historical masterpieces but also contemporary, experimental, and globally significant art. By constantly changing its offerings, the museum ensures that no two visits are ever exactly the same. Special exhibitions at LACMA often feature international collaborations with leading museums, cultural institutions, and private collectors. For example, the museum has hosted traveling exhibitions from the British Museum, the Louvre, and the Prado, bringing iconic works of art that would otherwise be inaccessible to the West Coast audience. These exhibitions range from ancient artifacts to modern masterpieces, offering in-depth explorations of particular artists, art movements, or cultural periods. One area of focus for these exhibitions is modern and contemporary art. LACMA frequently showcases large-scale installations, multimedia works, and immersive experiences. For instance, experimental video art, interactive sculptures, and digital projections allow visitors to experience art in entirely new ways. These exhibitions often challenge traditional notions of art, encouraging engagement, dialogue, and sometimes even participation from the audience. The museum also highlights cross-cultural and global art. Exhibitions may focus on Korean ink paintings, Japanese samurai armor, or African ceremonial art. LACMA has hosted shows exploring Latin American modernism, contemporary Indian art, and Islamic textiles, emphasizing the interconnectedness of world cultures and artistic traditions. These exhibitions not only showcase visual beauty but also provide educational context, telling the stories of the people and societies behind the works. Another important category is Hollywood, fashion, and popular culture. LACMA has mounted exhibitions featuring iconic movie costumes, photography from the film industry, and even contemporary fashion as an art form. These exhibitions connect the museum to Los Angeles' unique cultural identity, blending traditional art with the city's role as a global hub of entertainment and creativity. LACMA's special exhibitions are often designed to complement the museum's permanent collections. For example, a temporary show of Renaissance drawings might coincide with the European Old Masters galleries, creating a deeper narrative and giving visitors the opportunity to compare and contrast works from different periods. Similarly, contemporary exhibitions may sit alongside permanent modern art galleries, highlighting trends, techniques, and the evolution of artistic expression over time. These exhibitions are usually lasting anywhere from a few weeks to several months. Because of this, many visitors plan their trips around specific exhibitions they wish to see. Tickets for special exhibitions may require an additional fee, depending on the scale and rarity of the artworks. LACMA also provides detailed catalogs, guided tours, and educational programs to enhance the visitor experience and provide historical and cultural context. Finally, the changing nature of LACMA's exhibitions reflects the museum's mission to remain dynamic, accessible, and relevant. By constantly introducing new ideas, themes, and works, LACMA encourages repeat visits and keeps both local residents and international tourists engaged. These exhibitions reinforce the museum's status as a leading cultural institution and a hub for learning, inspiration, and discovery in Los Angeles. LACMA is unique among major art museums because its outdoor spaces are integral to the museum experience. Unlike traditional indoor-focused museums, LACMA integrates its art with the Los Angeles environment, creating public installations and interactive spaces that encourage visitors to explore, photograph, and engage with art in everyday life. The museum's outdoor artworks are not merely decorative, they are immersive experiences that complement the indoor galleries and reflect the city's dynamic culture. The most famous outdoor installation is Urban Light, created by Chris Burden in 2008. This assembly of 202 restored vintage street lamps stands at the Wilshire Boulevard entrance and has become a symbol of both LACMA and Los Angeles itself. Visitors interact with it daily, taking photos, walking between the lamps, and enjoying the changing light throughout the day. At night, the lamps glow in perfect harmony, creating a magical, almost cinematic atmosphere. Urban Light exemplifies how public art can transform a museum entrance into a gathering place for the community. Another monumental outdoor work is Levitated Mass, created by artist Michael Heiser. Installed in 2012, this sculpture features a 340-ton granite boulder suspended above a long concrete trench, allowing visitors to walk underneath it. The sheer scale of the work creates a dramatic sense of awe and tension, encouraging viewers to reflect on weight, gravity, and space. The piece also represents an intersection of art, engineering, and architecture, as transporting and installing the massive stone required meticulous planning and construction. In addition to these signature works, LACMA's grounds include numerous other sculptures, installations, and public art pieces. These are often part of rotating programs or special exhibitions and include works by contemporary artists who experiment with form, light, and space. The open-air courtyards and plazas allow visitors to experience art in a natural setting, moving freely between pieces while enjoying Los Angeles' sunny weather and urban landscape. The outdoor spaces are also designed to encourage social interaction and accessibility. Green lawns, shaded benches, walking paths, and adjacent public parks make LACMA a place where people can gather, relax, or even picnic. Families, students, tourists, and local residents all use the outdoor areas as a cultural and recreational space. This combination of art, nature, and public engagement helps break down the traditional boundaries between museum and community. LACMA's proximity to other cultural landmarks, like the Labrie Tar Pits and George C. Page Museum, further enhances the outdoor experience. Visitors can seamlessly move from exploring ancient fossil sites to contemporary sculptures, creating a layered experience of history, science, and art, all within walking distance. The outdoor installations often serve as gateways, guiding visitors from the city streets into the museum's indoor galleries. Seasonal events and nighttime lighting programs also add dynamic layers to the outdoor experience. Urban light, for example, is particularly stunning at dusk and after dark, while special temporary installations may include sound, motion, or interactive components that transform the space. Photography enthusiasts, social media users, and casual visitors all find inspiration in the museum's outdoor areas, which have become some of the most photographed spots in Los Angeles. In short, LACMA's outdoor installations are not just artistic statements, they are experiential, educational, and communal spaces. They invite visitors to interact with art physically and emotionally, making LACMA a living, breathing cultural hub. By combining monumental works, accessible public art, and landscaped areas, LACMA demonstrates how museums can extend beyond walls and become an integral part of the urban environment. Visiting the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, LACMA, is a memorable experience, but it becomes even more enjoyable when you are well prepared. This section provides a complete and detailed guide to tickets, opening hours, accessibility, park, nearby attractions, and essential visitor tips that will help you plan your trip efficiently. Location and address: LACMA is located in the heart of Los Angeles at 5905 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 9036. It sits along the famous Miracle Mile and is part of a cultural hub that includes the Labrie Tar Pits, Peterson Automotive Museum, and Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. Museum operating hours: LACMA's operating hours may vary for holidays and special events, but the general schedule is Monday 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, closed Wednesday, 11 a.m., 6 p.m. Thursday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m., 7 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. The museum is closed on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and may have modified hours around New Year's Day or other major holidays. Ticket prices and admission options: ticket costs differ based on age, residency, and membership status. Below are the typical categories: adults, non-Los Angeles County residents. Paid admission. Price may vary depending on exhibitions. Adults, Los Angeles County residents, discounted or free with valid ID. Seniors, 65 plus, discounted tickets. Students with valid student ID, discounted admission. Children, 12 and under, free admission. Members of LACMA, free and limited entry. Special exhibitions. Some exhibitions may require an additional reservation or fee. People are encouraged to purchase tickets online in advance to reserve a specific entry time and avoid long lines, especially during weekends, holidays, or major exhibitions. Free admission programs. LACMA offers several community-based free entry opportunities. Los Angeles County residents, free after 3 p.m. Monday, Friday with ID. Target free holiday Mondays, free admission on selected federal holidays. Teens, 13 to 17 years old, free admission through the Next Gen LA Youth Membership Program, which also allows one accompanying adult for free Bank of America Museums on Us. Free entry on the first full weekend of each month for parking and transportation. Visitors can park in the Pritzker parking garage, located on 6th Street, or nearby lots along Wilshire Boulevard. Parking is usually paid by the day and accessible for vehicles of standard height. Public transportation options include Metro Bus and Rapid lines that stop along Wilshire Boulevard. Metro D Purple Line extension project currently under development, which will provide a subway station near LACMA in the future. Rideshare drop-off zones are available near the Wilshire entrance and main plaza. Accessibility: LACMA is fully committed to being accessible to all visitors. Services include wheelchair accessible entrances, elevators, and restrooms. Free wheelchair rentals available on a first-served basis. Service animal-friendly policy. Assistive listening devices for guided tours in certain exhibitions. Programs for guests who are blind, have low vision, are autistic, or have cognitive disabilities. Dining and refreshments. LACMA features several dining options, on-site, Ray's, and Stark Bar, a restaurant offering Mediterranean-inspired dishes, cocktails, and outdoor seating. CM Coffee and Milk Cafe, serving pastries, sandwiches, ice cream, and specialty coffees. Casual outdoor carts and food trucks on weekends and during events. Visitors can also enjoy outdoor seating areas for resting and eating, with views of installations like urban light, museum stores, and souvenirs. LACMA has gift shops that sell art books, exhibition catalogs, posters, unique jewelry, home decor, and apparel inspired by art-exclusive merchandise based on current exhibitions and permanent collections, kid-friendly souvenirs, and educational items. Tips for a better visit: arrive early in the morning or later in the afternoon to avoid crowds. Wear comfortable shoes, as the museum campus is large and requires walking between buildings. Photography is generally allowed in most areas, but flash and tripods are restricted. Some exhibitions may prohibit photography entirely. Download LACMA's official mobile app for interactive maps, audio guides, and exhibition information. Allocate 3 to 5 hours or more to explore the museum and outdoor spaces comfortably. LACMA is not just a museum, it is a vibrant educational institution that serves the city of Los Angeles, the state of California, and visitors from around the world. One of the museum's core missions is to make art accessible, engaging, and educational for people of all ages, backgrounds, and abilities. Through a wide range of programs, LACMA fosters learning, creativity, and community participation. School and youth programs. LACMA partners with local schools to provide educational experiences for students in Los Angeles. Programs include guided tours tailored for different grade levels, hands-on art workshops, and interactive gallery activities. For younger students, LACMA offers family studio days, where children can explore art materials and techniques inspired by the museum's collections. Teen programs, like Next Gen LA, allow youth aged 13 to 17 to become members of the museum, giving them free access to exhibitions, exclusive events, and mentorship opportunities. This program also provides free admission for one accompanying adult, encouraging family participation. Adult education. LACMA hosts lectures, panel discussions, and courses designed for adult learners. Topics range from art history, contemporary practices, and conservation techniques to cultural studies and critical theory. Many of these sessions feature world-renowned artists, curators, and scholars, offering insights that go beyond what is seen in the galleries. Evening lectures and film series provide opportunities for lifelong learning and intellectual engagement for the broader community. Public programs and events. LACMA regularly organizes public programs such as film screenings, concerts, and interactive workshops. Events like Friday nights at LACMA feature live music, DJ performances, and evening access to outdoor installations like Urban Light, attracting diverse audiences and making art a part of the social experience. Seasonal festivals and family days bring communities together and offer participatory art projects that allow visitors to create their own works inspired by the museum's collection. Accessibility and inclusive programs. The museum is committed to inclusivity and accessibility. Programs for visitors with disabilities include touch tours for people who are blind or have low vision, sensory-friendly gallery hours for individuals with autism, and American Sign Language interpretation for selected events. LACMA also offers multilingual resources, including audio guides, exhibition texts, and tours in Spanish, Mandarin, and other languages spoken in Los Angeles, reflecting the city's cultural diversity. Community partnerships. LACMA actively collaborates with community organizations, libraries, universities, and cultural institutions to expand access to art education. Outreach initiatives include traveling, art workshops, pop-up exhibitions in schools, and digital resources that bring art into communities that may have limited access to museum facilities. These programs aim to remove barriers to art education and make LACMA a museum for everyone, not just those who can visit in person. Internships and professional training for aspiring curators, artists, educators, and museum professionals. LACMA provides internship programs, apprenticeships, and hands-on training opportunities. These programs give participants practical experience in gallery management, exhibition installation, educational programming, and conservation. By cultivating future generations of art professionals, LACMA ensures its mission of education and cultural stewardship continues. Online and digital learning. In recent years, LACMA has expanded its digital presence. The museum offers virtual tours, online lectures, interactive educational content, and higher-resolution images of artworks for study and research. During periods when in-person visits are limited, these digital programs have allowed students, teachers, and art enthusiasts worldwide to engage with the museum remotely, reinforcing LACMA's role as a global educational resource. Impact on the community through all these programs. LACMA reaches hundreds of thousands of students, families, and community members every year. By combining exhibitions with educational initiatives, outreach, and public programming, the museum ensures that art is not only observed but also experienced, understood, and appreciated by people of all ages. This commitment to education and community engagement is central to LACMA's identity as a cultural leader in Los Angeles and beyond. Visiting the Los Angeles County Museum of Art is more than just a museum. Experience it is a journey through history, culture, and creativity. From ancient artifacts to modern masterpieces, from monumental outdoor installations to intimate gallery pieces, LACMA offers visitors a unique opportunity to explore art in its many forms. The museum reflects the diversity, innovation, and dynamism of Los Angeles, making it both a cultural landmark and a hub of artistic inspiration. The combination of permanent collections, rotating special exhibitions, outdoor installations, and educational programs makes LACMA a living institution. It is not static or limited to a single era or style. Instead, it evolves continuously, embracing contemporary voices while preserving historical treasures. Visitors can walk through European galleries one moment, experience cutting-edge digital art the next, and then relax beneath iconic outdoor sculptures like Urban Light. All in the same visit. LACMA also stands out for its commitment to accessibility and community engagement. Programs for children, teens, adults, and visitors with disabilities ensure that art is available to everyone. Outreach initiatives, educational workshops, and online resources extend the museum's reach far beyond its physical location. By connecting people of all backgrounds with art, LACMA fosters creativity, understanding, and cultural appreciation. Whether you are an art enthusiast, a photographer, a student, or simply a curious visitor, LACMA provides experiences that inspire reflection, imagination, and wonder. It is a place to learn, explore, and interact with the artistic expressions of humanity across time and space. Every visit offers something new, whether it's a discovery in the galleries, a moment of awe beneath a monumental sculpture, or a shared experience at one of the museum's events. That as you plan your visit, remember to take your time, explore both indoor and outdoor spaces, and immerse yourself fully in the museum's offerings. From urban light to levitated mass, from European old masters to contemporary installations, LACMA encourages you to see, think, and feel, transforming a simple museum trip into a deeply personal and memorable journey. Thank you for joining me on this comprehensive tour of the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below to tell us which LACMA artwork or installation you would love to see in person. Stay tuned for more museum tours, cultural journeys, and art experiences from around the world. LACMA is more than a museum. It is a celebration of human creativity, and it welcomes everyone to be a part of its story.